A long time ago, I said I wouldn't do this video because I couldn't find a way to separate it from another idea I had, but I finally found a way to separate them. You'll see what the next one is in my next commentary video. For now, I'll be ranking all of Minnesota's coasters that I have ridden. I know that I haven't ridden all of them, but I've done the most important ones, so it wouldn't make much of a difference. In last place is Cosmic Coaster at Valley Fair. This ride is just a kiddie coaster. There's not much here aside from some decent laterals. Taking the next spot is Mad Mouse at Valley Fair. This ride is definitely above average for a wild mouse. Of course, it has wild laterals, but it also has a couple jarring airtime moments. Other than that, there's no real force to be found. In 11th place is Pepsi Orange Streak at Nickelodeon Universe in the Mall of America. This ride is a great tour of the park it's in, and I love it for that. But I can't place it any higher because it's really like a monorail because of how forceless it is. In 10th place is Corkscrew at Valley Fair. This ride is a much tamer version of Corkscrew at Cedar Point. It has the same type of first drop and airtime hill, but this ride does nothing with those elements. The inversions are exactly the same here as they are in the other classic aero loopers I've ridden. The only interesting parts of this ride are the intense helix at the end and the roughness. I've been feeling it a lot lately. Other than that, this is a pretty generic aero looper. Taking the 9th spot is Timber Twister at Spirit Mountain. This is just a generic mountain coaster. It's got great laterals and some airtime pops at full speed. It's definitely my favorite of the three I've done because it's the longest, but there's nothing super special to note. Up next is High Roller at Valley Fair. This ride is nothing special up to the turnaround. After that, it's a hit or miss to get airtime on the following hills, mainly depending on the row, until the last hill. That one will always give a pop of Flowjector airtime. Despite how inconsistent this ride can be, this is where I determine the middle ground to be. In the 7th spot is Rock Bottom Plunge at Nickelodeon Universe in the Mall of America. After some thinking a while back, I wondered to myself why I had this ride placed as the best in the park when the entire second half is filler. Nothing happens after the mid-course. However, the first half is really good. I love the airtime on the first drop. The positives at the bottom of the loop and overbank were pretty strong. To top it off, I love the hang time going through the loop and 0G roll. The first half of this ride is great, and the second half is not, so I had to drop it quite a few spots. Taking 6th place is Fairly Odd Coaster at Nickelodeon Universe in the Mall of America. There aren't any moments on this ride as good as the best ones on Rock Bottom Plunge, but none are as boring as the second half of that ride. With the spinning, this ride is sure to keep me awake throughout the entire experience. I've even been able to get a few good airtime pops on this ride. It's nothing too crazy, but it's very consistent. In the 5th spot is Wild Thing at Valley Fair. I don't know how much longer I can defend this ride. It's fallen very far away from my top 25, but I don't think it'll drop any further. It does have a few good moments. The first drop and airtime hill provide fantastic floater airtime, and the last helix before the mid-course is very forceful. Other than that, I don't get much out of this ride. The high turn before the helix looks nice, but it doesn't provide any force, and everything after the mid-course is just wasted potential. If those trims are turned off, this ride would be in my top 25 again. This ride has a lot going for it, but not enough. Taking the 4th spot is Avatar Airbender at Nickelodeon Universe in the Mall of America. This ride is as straightforward as it can get. It just swings back and forth using LSM launches while having spinning seats, and it executes that concept very well. I love the floating sensation at the tops of each spike, especially if I'm spinning a lot. I'm not a huge fan of the restraints, but they don't hinder the ride experience. Taking the bronze medal is Steel Venom at Valley Fair. This ride is Avatar Airbender, but better in every way minus the spinning seats. The launches are very punchy and surprisingly smooth. The front spike has great laterals while twisting, and the back spike on its own would be pretty good with its floater airtime, but the holding brake on the second pass makes it fantastic. This ride really is the sleeper hit of Valley Fair. In second place is Excalibur at Valley Fair. This ride is also a sleeper hit, but everyone knows that, and it deserves the praise. It has surprising airtime on the first drop and Magnum Hill. This ride is also consistent with providing strong laterals. There are a couple jolts that need to be braced for. Other than that, this ride is perfectly enjoyable. Taking the gold medal is Renegade at Valley Fair. The only downside with this ride is how rough it is. People also complain about the seatbelts, but I've found a way to deal with them so they don't bother me. This ride tries to cram in as much airtime and laterals as possible. It's not just the straight airtime hills that provide airtime. Many of the turns are also profiled to give quick pops of ejector either going into or out of them. The turns themselves provide great laterals going through them along with some twists after the straight airtime hills. If this ride was to be retracked, it would most certainly land in my top 5. That will wrap it up for this video. I know I said I'll reveal my next commentary video's idea in the next one, but I'll spoil it here. It's going to be a ranking of all my pre-enthusiast credits. I'll get more detailed about that in my next commentary video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.